Okay.
Hey, yo. It's YZ Choppa. I'm here with Undrgrnd Magazine, issue 9. I always listen to music. I always fucking, play music. It was like more listening to like my like parents' music. Like they play like some oldies. They play like Spanish music and shit. And like that's what I really was built on. But like when I got into it around the 2016 era, the shit that really inspired me was like that double XL cipher, that 2016, just that whole era of people who were so like unique, and they were like they don't give a fuck. You look at those people, like the people, they kind of look kind of funky and shit, but like the thing that I take from that class is just you don't care what people think and shit, and that's really what got me into music, because I was like, well, besides that, I was the only black friend in the group, and I always feel like, hey bro, you're the only black friend, you got freestyle for us. And like, bro, since then we did a little freestyle, we did a little like songwriting and shit. We did that shit. Wrote my first song called Choppa. So my name was Young Zay. I was Young Zay at first, and then made that song called Choppa, and then I shortened it to YZ, put YZ Choppa, and then from there, bro, I was a rapper then. Now I'm like kind of like R&B type of like. It's crazy because like I still haven't found my sound yet. It's crazy because like I think about it, and it's like, I mean, 7 years deep, and I'm still experimenting with shit. You know what I mean? And I'm still doing shit, but like stemming from that unique class, like they really gave me like that inspiration to get into music, because they were dope, bro. Like
Definitely.
fucking, all those kids. You know what I mean?
Now, what about your name? What inspired your name? And then also speak on like some of the artists that inspired you specifically
Yeah,
from that time and now and stuff like that.
yeah. Well, fucking. So inspirations, and my name was like, it's kind of like a play on that, like, that first song that I made. It's Young Zay. YZ is Young Zay. I'm young. I was always the youngest in my class, so I just like always felt that way. So I was like, you know what? Fuck with Young Zay. It's attached to that like that little rapper, that like that young, that like different type of name that rappers didn't really used to have. So I was like Young Zay. And I shortened it, and I just attached that song to it because I was so, I put a lot of like effort in that song. It was like crazy. It was like inspired by that, but like I put hella effort into that song, so I was like, you know what? YZ Choppa, and I put it together, and then that's what stuck. And then there was another name where someone gave it to me. They said they love YZ. So I was in a transition where I wanted to, switch to that. But, YZ is always just, that name for me. But it was inspired by that class for sure, and all those people. And in terms of people who inspire me, shit. I mean, besides that class, I mean, like, shit, Yachty was a big inspiration in terms of that class. But, like, besides that on music, it's like, you got Cole, and you got Kendrick, and you got Thugger, bro. You got those people who are like, kind of like unique and like different type shit. So I fuck with that shit. That's kind of how I feel like I am. I feel like I'm a little different because I try to, like at first I started making music that was like, let's make a different song every single time I make a song. It's like rap, then just like kind of like trap, singing. I was inspired by X too, bro. RPX. He was dope. He was like kind of like, he was just different. You know what I mean? He's definitely different.
How about the R&B side when you say that you now kind of get into that style of making music? Who inspired you or what inspired you to change, try different things that way?
In terms of trying things that way, shit. I would say like a lot of the old shit. You know what I mean? Like, who can I think of that really inspired?
Like Chris Brown or older?
Shit. I could say Bryson is crazy. Bryson. I mean, also Russ crazy too. Like sometimes I have trouble trying to name these genres, but I know from that time too, when I was talking about late in 2016, I would listen to Russ a lot. He's kind of like different. He's a singer. He has such a great voice. He actually dropped an album, and that shit was crazy. That recent album was crazy, and I kind of like fell in love with trying to sing and make my voice really attract people, kind of like Spanish music does. Like that has like, I mean, I'm Mexican, like I'm Mexican too. I'm black and Mexican, and like With my Mexican side, like I know how to speak Spanish, I'm fluent in it, but like the music is a little different. You know what I mean? I really just gravitate towards their sound. It's crazy how the way they just, like, you know, those, you know, I can't even name them, you know? Like, I just listen to shit, like, from my mom when she used to play, like, that just really inspired me to, like, I love their voice. I love the way they can sing so well and, like, kind of, like, play, like, an instrument with their voice in terms of ways. Like, that's how I think about it now. Like, just kind of add another instrument, another layer with my voice. And that's how I try to be different. I just, like, with the producing side that I was saying, like, type shit. Trying to, like, just make everything collaborate, you know what I mean?
Definitely. So speak on some of the things you've done already as an artist, and then what you have goal-wise. Like, have you done shows yet? You know, what are you looking forward to doing?
Yeah, okay. On that right there, definitely. I mean, I've performed in front of, like, you know, friends and family, but I've done, like, no shows type shit. But that's what I want to do. I want to get gigs around the city. There's so many opportunities, open mics, like, type shit. So that's the things that I look for in terms of now. But before I get really into that, I've been working on my voice. I've been trying to, you know, sing better because that's the things that I'm trying to do now. I used to rap type shit. Now it's more like, you know, just vocals. I'm trying to present myself, trying to sing. So in terms of the future, I also do really want to get into producing and that whole thing. But in terms of, like, an artist, I really want to get shows done. I really want to get more visuals done in terms of, you know, I got the music down, all that shit. But the stuff that I really want to do in the future is the things that I've been learning this past year, which is producing, working on my voice. Because, you know, I started rapping, so I wasn't really into all that stuff. And shows and shit like that, and visuals, if I didn't say that already. But yeah, as for the future, I've been working on that for sure. On it.
How do you feel about the 805 local hip-hop scene? Have you seen any people that you like in the 805 that you notice? Have you, like, noticed any shows? Like, how did you hear about Undrgrnd Magazine in the 805? Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Shit, so I got a couple of homies that used to do music. That's kind of how I got into it. Shit, the homie Bams right now, he's crazy. Well, first of all, that's probably how I found you guys, because there was some artists that, so I met the homie Bams back in, like, what, 2018, 2019, something like that. But linked up to do music this year. And then he wanted to do, like, a cypher with people from the 805. Then fucking, I'm on it, these other fools, I don't really know who's on it, but, like, he had posted a story of his homie in the studio. I think he posted you guys or posted some shit, like, reposted some. And I was just, like, scoping because I was like, I mean, I want to see who else is on the cypher type shit. Like, I want to see, you know, who's on it. So I clicked his profile. I forgot what his name was. I think his name is fucking, isn't it DG?
Yeah.
You guys know that guy? DG?
Yeah.
Yeah, so he's on, like, a cypher with that he's trying to make or something like that. We're trying to do, like, I think it's a 6-person cypher. We're just doing it with people from the 805. And he's on it before my verse, so, you know, I was just looking at it because it was the night before I was going to go in the studio. And then, yeah, I looked at his story, I think. Like, he reposted something that you guys posted type shit. And then that's how I found you guys. I clicked through, and then I was like, shit. All this shit's in the 805. I was like, I mean, the magazine, the shit looked dope as fuck. I'm saying, like, I was just looking at everything. I was like, yo, this is something that I want to be a part of. If like, an opportunity, like, presents itself, I'm trying to do it, you know, because, you know, like I said, I want to get better at the visual stuff. I want to, like, for something, like, something for my fans to interact with. You know, people that fuck with me, they got to have something that's, like, attached to, like, my music. You know, they can't just see, oh, yeah, posting every day about his music and shit. They got to see something. They want to, like homie was talking about fucking, like, you know, you got to give something, you know, in a sense, like, you know, people are not just going to want to watch you just because, hey, yeah, let me support you, yo, this and that, you're cool, yeah, you're from my town, let me support you. Like, you know, you got to give a little something, you got to, like, you got to earn that kind of, like, shit, you know, you got to earn the title, you know, it's not just, like, giving, like, just, like, a handout. So, take shit. But in terms of that, yeah, I fucked with everything that I saw on your guys' page. I can't remember, it was, like, in August. It was just dope shit, and I was like, dude, if I could be part of this magazine, this would be big for me. Like, I'm not going to let an opportunity pass itself. I've been through too much shit to be like, yo, you see this shit like back then in 2018. There's so many things there's so many things that I could have done that fucking like could have changed the outcome of like what I'm doing now. You know, I missed so many fucking chances, and I don't like living in regret anymore. It's just like, bro, if I see opportunity that I think I can capitalize and do some shit, I'm gonna do that shit right away. And this was it. And even though I like lagged a little bit, like the time wasn't right, I still like inquired with you guys and still said something. And we're here right now, man. Like you know what I mean?
So speak on a little bit about that, because people at your age
Yeah.
typically don't like have that mindset to really think things through like that, really, and maintain the relationships and communicate and things. Like, how would you recommend to somebody else your age how to kind of do that successfully if they are an artist or producer? Like, obviously got to make content, brand yourself, like you're saying. Like, how would you recommend the next person to go about maintaining these relationships and going about it the way you're starting to?
Yeah. So, deadass, bro. One thing is like consistency, cause like if you're not doing this shit every day, like shit, bro, hours and minutes they pass by so fast nowadays. I just realized that you gotta be consistent. Like if you really want it, bro, just anyone at any age nowadays is so advanced. Like the shit that we have nowadays, and the shit that I seen little fucking 11-year-olds, 12-year-olds, 13-year-olds do. Like I got little cousins that are all in that tech. You know what I mean? And they know. You know what I mean? Just go for it. Consistent. Always be like, I just say like willing to learn, like, and always like respect older people, bro. Cause I'm telling you, older people are wise. Like they've been through shit. So like, always ask people that are older than you, respect them, and just always be looking. Like, never take a break, cause bro, you could be working while somebody's sleeping, bro. Just take that time one day, just fucking do a little bit more than you did that day before, or some shit. Like there's shit that I learned, like you can't just miss out, bro. There's so much time being wasted. You know what I mean? Like, you could be gone the next day type shit. Like I always take that shit to heart. So it's like, just be consistent every day and show up. Like you're part of like a fucking football team or something. Like this is really like you're dedicated to it. Like a full-time type shit. Like you just every day working towards it. If you got other shit that's, you're working at and this is like a passion, just keep that, every day, 2 hours a day, or just every day, just put a little bit towards it. If it's money, if it's time, if it's research. But yeah, that shit, just like you did in school, it's the same shit, but just learn. You can do it by yourself. You don't even need school sometimes. But yeah.
I was gonna ask, like, do you have other stuff going on? Obviously, like, I'm sure you have other stuff in your life, right? Like, do you have a job that you work in a regular job?
Oh, yeah, so, you want to tell you? Yeah, I do. I just recently got a job, like a little cafe type shit, just working like a little, good money for the hours that I do, because, like, I did have another job. I was working, like, at a restaurant. And, like, from that, I just left that environment. It was just, trip. I just didn't,
School?
What'd you say?
Are you in school too?
Not school, but, actually one thing is, so I did go to high school in SB, and, like, they had the promise and shit, so I could, there's, like, this thing called promise where I could go to a community college for 2 years for free. And I missed that opportunity. COVID got me fucked up. Like, I was in school in 2020 in that whole COVID thing, but I was in high school in my senior year. I think I forget, I graduated in 2021. Yeah, it's class of 2021. But in 2020, like, bro, the football season got fucked up. There's just so much shit that that just, like, fucks with my brain that I, like, missed out. Like, I'm saying missed out time and shit, but, like, dude, fucking, that shit's crazy. But, like, what was the question again, bro? I fucking went off on that shit. No, but yeah, I do have a job at a cafe, and, as for other shit, I mean, school is a thing, like I was saying, that I could go to it, but it's like if I really want to take that time and do it, because I really want to learn a little bit more about music, a little bit more about production, because I could get good money doing other shit in music, not just one thing, you know what I mean? Not just two things. I could do multiple things, because, like, there's things that I've, been introduced to, like, for example, production and, like, engineering. You could do good shit like that. You could, obviously, like, the shows come with it, but, like, in terms of other stuff besides the artist stuff, like, I learned about, like, sync licensing, like, a little bit of that shit. Like, I think that's what it's called. Like I researched about it, and I know that's good money. But like, you know, with knowledge, I could meet so many people if I went to school. I could connect so much if I went to school, bro. So I'm like, just fucking do it. But like I was saying, I was in school in 2021, and we were remote, like, and I wasn't paying attention, bro. I wasn't fucking doing that shit, and I feel like I regret, like I was saying before. Like I missed out on that shit, and you just fucking, you know, you can't waste time anymore. So I'm like, I gotta fucking capitalize on anything and not let shit pass. So I might do school, but, you know, just working a job, music, that's pretty much it. But school is like, could be right around the corner for me.
Yeah. But I like that you would do school, like a music school or something like that.
I want to, bro. I really think, you know, some people will be like I read reviews on that shit and they're like, yeah, it's not worth it, this and that. But I'm like, dude, it's what you make it. If you don't fucking, you're gonna go to school, pay this money and not do shit. You're fucking stupid, bro. What are you doing? You know, if I'm gonna go, I have to fucking, you know, hit that shit crazy. You know what I mean? Like, crazy type shit. So that's what's on my mind. But yeah.
So talk about your new project a little bit. Tell us the name of the album. Kind of do like what they call a drop for the project. So say your artist name again, and then say the name of the project, and then like explain a little bit about it. You know that?
Yeah. Hey, yo, it's YZ Choppa. I got this new project. It's called Been That. About like 8 songs. It's a little EP. A little bit about it is, you know, I went through some shit, you know, this past, 2021. You know, I had a loss in my family, and that shit hit deep, bro, like, crazy. So, like, this whole project is dedicated to my cousin that I lost. And literally the entire thing is like how I kind of like, you know, put it together was like in the beginning. It's kind of like how I felt through the beginning of the journey after losing her. It's like, you know, it's just almost like depression, but like grief and like that type of feeling. Like you're fucking lost. You took a L, bro. It's you know, all these feelings. You know, your health is bad. Your life feels like shit. You're fucking, you know, at the bottom of the fucking pit. And then like, you know, you gotta push yourself through. You know, and there's like songs on there that, you know, just get real deep in my head and my thoughts, and just fucking like going on and on about just how I'm feeling. But then towards the half of the project, I kind of make a switch, because there was a time in my life where I was, you know, unhealthy. I wasn't doing anything right. I was fucking up, just everything negative in my life was there, you know, surrounding me and shit. The thoughts in my head were just really there. And so just everything about, you know, death and my cousin and, yo, this shit's never happened in my life. I'm like, fuck. You know, but that's what I'm talking about in the first half. And then, because in real life, I really made that switch this past year. Like, I was like, you know what? It's almost like, not even made that switch, but like the feelings just kind of went away. So I'm like, you know what? Fuck, I'm going crazy now. I don't give a fuck. Every song that I make, I'm just switching it up. I'm trying to do this and do some, you know what I mean? Like, and that's kind of where it takes off, kind of in the second half, where I'm trying to build it up, because my mood kind of changed. I wasn't as sad this past last year. I wasn't fucking crying every day or something, because that shit hit, bro. It's real shit. Like, that shit hit. So, you know, you crying your time, you got your grief and shit. But then now it's like, you don't even cry about it no more. It's like, you know what? She wouldn't want you doing that shit, bro. Just go crazy. Hit that shit. So I changed my life, kind of, not like changing my life around, but like, I started working out again, eating healthy, fucking actually waking up and getting to work, you know, because that was even in my life. Like, just little shit like that, not showing up to shit, missing opportunities, not making, like, I was making music, but like not making enough, not experimenting enough. I was losing that time. So I'm like really getting into depth with, like, so I pay attention to details sometimes, especially when I'm making music. Like I said, I'm OCD and shit. So first half is really, really sad and just deep thoughts. I get into it just in my mind, you know. Second half is really that pickup. And also, I produced the whole second half. So it's like really just me just going crazy and going in, showing that I could produce, showing that I could put together songs, and I could put together another project on, yo. So that's it right there.
That's fire, man.
Yeah.
I Okay, and
this is your
first album.
This will be, I guess you could say, second. I dropped one last year called WHOISYZ, and that was just presenting my sound and really taking inspiration from, like, for example, I dropped the EP, like a little really small one 3 years ago, and then I dropped the last one, and then this is the one that I was just talking about. But that first one inspired the Who Is YZ, and then Who Is YZ album inspired this one because just the sound was crazy, the leveling up in every year, and every song before that just drives me to just keep going because, like, I feel like every song that I make, I try to really enjoy the music that I'm making, and that's how it is every single album.
Definitely.
Type shit. Yeah.
For us, fire, bro. Is there anything
Yeah.
else you want to let the people know before we let you do drops and get at it?
Yeah, bro. Well, I want to let everybody know that I'm working, As it may not look like it sometimes, bro. I'm really fucking invested into this shit. I put so much time and money into this shit. Like the past, since 2017, bro. I've been doing this shit like hella long, bro. I'm still, bro. Even 7 years doesn't even feel like it's a lot. But, there's more to come, and I'm gonna make that name for myself, bro. For real. Even though people don't see it, some people may like, niggas hate sometimes. I don't know. I just observe, and I'm like, I don't like throw any like hate to anybody. I'm not saying that shit, but I'm just saying, like, I'm gonna make people listen to my shit for real. But that's all I wanted to say.
Alright.
Yeah.
So let people know where they can follow you on IG and where they can find you on platforms and everything. And then you're good.
Yeah, so I got Instagram at They Love YZ, YouTube Prod They Love YZ. That's like the producer one. I'm gonna start posting more on there. Fucking what else I got? Nah, it's pretty much all I post on my Snap. I mean, that Snap is private. It's like type shit, but yeah, that's it right there. YZ Choppa on all platforms. You heard?
Let's go.
Yeah. Shit.
Awesome, man.